Well, hello there. I want to first of all welcome everyone here, and I have it's been there's so many things I got my eyes on here, so I'm just getting settled in here. It's funny that the electronics side of things, it doesn't seem to get any easier. There's always something to remember, a switch to hit. So my head was in there, and anyway, I hope everyone's having a great summer. This has been a pretty exciting time for me. I'm spending a lot of time in Arizona here, but I have some special memorabilia I want to share with you today that I think you'll get a real kick out of. And it brought back some reminiscing of what's been going on throughout my whole career as a teacher for the last 35 years of teaching remotely by correspondence. And but I'll be getting into that. But today I have a special show kind of planned. We're going to be playing a lot of tunes, and they're all summer-themed songs. So it's kind of I kind of dug deep with some of the really familiar ones and some that are really not too familiar. And a few that I'm going to be playing are relatively new to myself as well. And I think for those jazz aficionados out there, I might be able to stump you too, because they're kind of unusual. So I hope you enjoy it, what I get planned for you. So let's see what's been going on in my life. I've been out my road bike a lot. I'm in Arizona quite a bit. I was out in Laguna Beach for 10 days, and I'm back here for a few weeks. And it's been pretty interesting acclimating. We're so used to getting out there at 7 a.m. on the road bikes now and doing our 25 mile rides and get in before the heat gets here. But it's still, you go out the other day, I went out at 7, it was still 90, so we get used to get enough bottles and hydrate and get used to it. And but it's a great way to start the day, and something I'd be lost without it. I see Susan in here already, and again, please let me know if you can't hear the audio or if anything is not set right. It's always till the first tune, make sure everything is cool. Okay, so we're going to start off with an interesting tune called Indian Summer. I wrote down well, before I get to that, I want to first of all acknowledge the band you heard. We're really dear friends, Sinclair Lott on drums and Roger Shew, rest in peace. Roger was just a wonderful opportunity for me to know this wonderful man, and we lost him a few years ago, and I'm blessed to have the memory of having had a chance to play with him for a few years, so it was really great. That was a great trio. There was a tune called Samba de Ofreo that was recorded back in 2015 in Keyboard Concepts in Fountain Valley, and it was really a nice series that I had together. We were regularly playing with that trio, and the piano on that recording was recorded with the Earthworks microphones. I'm an artist for the company, and you'll be hearing it today at my own piano with the Earthworks microphone. And again, I'm going to put a special pardon out there. The piano is going wild here because of the monsoon season. So it seems like every few hours you see the dark skies and you see the monsoon. So I'm trying to keep the piano as dialed in. So I kind of let it go a little bit because I was trying to get through the season and before I get into tune, but it's we'll hold on with it, and it's not going to keep me from going forward here today. So here we go. We're going to go on to Indian Summer. This was recorded or written back in 1919 by Victor Herbert. So it's a really old one, and in fact it's in one of my books, Play Piano in 6 Weeks or Less. This is one of the tunes. Okay, so I hope you enjoy. Here we go. There you have it. That was Indian Summer, and you know what? You know, there's so many things that go through your mind when you're starting off playing these tunes. And you know, often we don't get a chance to play them that much, and it seems like this time of year we start pulling them all out, and it's a lot of fun. But this, that was one that it's so old, and again, it's not really heard that much. So hope you enjoyed it. That was a fun one. The this next one I have here is it's written. It's let's see what I got here. I wrote my notes here for the. This next one here is beautiful. It's by Harry Warren, and it's called Summer Night. And it's again, I played this. Luther Hughes, the great bass player over in California, turned me on to this tune, and it was such a great one, man. I just couldn't get it out of my head. So hope you enjoy it. Here we go. We're gonna go right on to Summer Night. Summer Night, really a fun tune to play. Boy, I tell you, it's really one of those kind of a bluesy thing going on. And you could play it all different ways, but I played it with Luther Hughes, and ever since that time, you have special tunes that that become kind of part of your repertoire and your first experiences kind of thing, and you always associate where you played those before. I have certain tunes that I play, my standards, Skylark, More Than You Know, The More I See You, all these great tunes that I've worked with Karen Cameron, a great singer, and you hear the singer singing the tunes each night, and you really get very intimate with the material. So it really is kind of fun to kind of have these special memories associated with all these tunes. We have this next tune. Well, let's say hi to people who we get here. Mark Perney, good seeing Mark. And Mark is the greatest piano tuner around. And it's like, and I am very guilty, because I'm sure Mark is probably saying, oh, you should have get your piano tuned. But I mean, it's like, it is, living in Arizona, you could really have the, it's a tough thing. And I got the room pretty much controlled, but it's been, it just hit the past few weeks with all these monsoons coming through. It's wild, but Mark is great, and it's, there's no one better. So I want to put my thumbs out to Mark, and make sure you check back in, because before the next live stream, this thing will be in tune. But it's, we're making it work today. I see Tim Heiser. Oh, yeah, man, good seeing Tim. Tim is a great, fine player, real talented musician, former student of mine. He's really a great player, and he's got just a real passion for music. And I see my daughter Brooke in here, and Rusty Rubit. Man, what, brings back some memories from Glendale College when I was teaching over there. This goes into a kind of an interesting time when I try to put this thing together. I'm saying, okay, we got, we know the typical summer tunes, but I'm going to do some different things today. And this next one is, let's see, I wrote the notes when it was written. It's called Things We Did Last Summer, 1946 by Sammy Kahn. And again, these are tunes I've heard, and I haven't, seldom played. It's one of those kind of things. So when you dig deep and try to find these summer-themed songs, it makes it really fun to dig out these great tunes. So hope you enjoy the Things We Did Last Summer. There you have it. Isn't that a beautiful tune? It's like, again, it's one of those written in 1946, The Things We Did Last Summer. It was a really cool one. So I got some, let's see if we get in here. Albert Lamb, hey man, good. Jim Avakian, yeah man, good seeing these are all these great players. And it's really nice to know that they get a chance to pop in and see what I'm up to, and I can share a little bit of this. They came at the right time. This is one of those times that I really had. I had some. I had my little trip away, so I'm a portable situation. So I'm going to share some things with you, and I had this epiphany in my memory banks that was really kind of overwhelming for me to see. What I had is I've been teaching piano by video correspondence. I developed this in 1989. It's such a long time. So I have this, I took this picture, and I'm going to pull it up now, and I'm going to share some stuff with you. This is really wild. And hold on a second here. This is I think you'll really dig this. It's going back to a point where in my life where I just was a little bit bewildered when I looked at it all and say, my God, I had so much stuff going on in my, let's see, I have right here. Where am I? Okay, here we go. All right, we have this right here. It started out with, let me get to this screen here. Okay, and I can get my head in here so you can see me. Okay, cool. Here we go. All right, so now we have here, this is me in Laguna Beach and a portable setup a couple of weeks ago. And I was out there doing some road biking. There's my tires, my wheels over here for my road bike. I keep my road bike in the back seat of my car in the Lexus. And this is kind of a wild setup. This is what it looks like behind the scenes. And my students will all attest that stuff looks really good and it sounds really good, and I figured it all out. But this is a very crude portable setup, and it gets even more wild when you have the visual impact of this. This is inside the garage. So the car was out of the garage for the few days that I'm teaching, and I'm in there working away. And it's surprisingly how much you can get done, tucked away in a little corner there. And it's like in my own little world. And there I am doing a lesson, and it's I use the monitor. I record it all to the computer, then I upload the files, and I work this way. So this is how it all goes down. It's really a lot of fun. And here's some of the articles where it all started, and you'll see some of this is back in 1991. This is Conway Daily Sun when I moved from Boston to New Hampshire, and I had this giant apparatus around the piano with these 500-watt halogen lights and big SVHS cameras, all modified. Video piano teacher never meets his students, and the Patriot Ledger. And when I developed this, I sent out a press release, so all the newspapers are showing up at my door with cameras and taking pictures and stuff. So this is in my studio back then with my very 80s, 70s, 80s hair and stash and the whole thing. And but you can see the extensiveness of my setup. There's the big camera over my head, the Boston Herald. Brockton Piano Man, now teaching Wagner by video. And here's the Sunday Enterprise. Brockton Sunday Enterprise. Here's Video Maker magazine. Did a nice story on me there, which was kind of nice. And that was I was featured as a new technology. Now here's some of the portable setups I've done. So I started reminiscing a little bit and said, how many portable setups do I really have? And I have pianos all over the house, all over the place. I mean, I have pianos under the bed and like in the closet. they just seem like they multiply. But here's my latest, the Kurzweil SP6. I'm here at up at the in Flagstaff, and a little getaway I took and I filmed there. And you try to explain this all to the housekeepers when they come in and they see cameras and all the piano. This wild man sitting in this like crazy setup in his bedroom, But little they know, I'm in there working and doing my lessons, and I can do it in the comfort of my own hotel room. It's really cool. And here's a portable setup in Laguna Beach that I had, and see the black backdrop is what I have here, and so you really have. It comes across very nice. These are lighting that I've learned through the years have been very effective for putting out the good lighting. And here's Here's another portable setup doing a live stream in Laguna, I think last year, or I think this might have been last year during COVID. And out there doing that, and there's so much going into this, all the wires, and I'm using the Ravenscroft 275, and that was always a nice thing. If you want to check out that, you can see that through my some of the live streams that are posted. Here I am. This gives you a vision of what chaos is. So it's nice to get back to my grand piano and have it all sitting there and all neatly wired and everything all in place. But you know, it all works, and visually you don't see all this the mess, I should say. It's like, well, recording studios, there's wires and cables all over the place. And here's a portable setup, very portable, little 7-pound piano and a couple of camcorders and a switcher. And here's I use a monitor in my house here, so I'm able to see. There's the Earthworks microphone ahead, and now I just replaced all these cameras. I have all 4K cameras now, so that's why you'll be seeing, you know, the real high-end video quality. And here's 12 years ago when I was shooting a product for my books, and this was done right in the house. And there we go. So that's the. There's another one. I was house sitting a house in Hollywood, California, or not Hollywood. Yeah, it was. It was Studio City, California, for about a month, and we were there, and we had an opportunity to get comfortable in the house, and there it is. Took a living room chair over and threw a couple of cameras up, and I was able to talk to my students like that. So it's really it's been cool. So again, this is the multiple setups, different pianos, but it's all following the same similar kind of situation, you know. So it's really been a really great journey for me, you know, having done all this through you know, and now with social media and everything, it's really been it's just unbelievable. So now I'm very blessed to have a wonderful student base, and they're all serious players, and they want to play, whether you be a beginner or an advanced player. It's really a really cool experience, and I'm one of the only ones in the world, I think, if not the only one, doing it by video correspondence, personal correspondence. Everyone's doing Zoom and or in-person lessons, and mine is done all through Google Drive. So if anyone's ever interested, of course, just hit me up. And the way I work it is I do a free consultation, a Zoom consultation, and I'll be able to assess your goals and assess your playing and answer all your questions. You can see how the cameras work and everything. But they send me the files on video, and then I critique their lesson, and then I send back a personal critique to them, and assessing their playing and answering all the questions with all the videos and the PDFs for the next lesson. So they're on a schedule, and it's very effective because they can watch it over and over again. So they're watching me play the lesson at exactly their level, and that's like, I have 2,500 videos, and they're growing all the time in my library, that I can always have the material right at your level. So that's what I do. That's mostly it, and so I look forward to these performances now. I have some good ones coming up. I got a great one with Chris Stewart, alto, sax. It's going to be in September. I'll be announcing it at Ravenscroft. We'll hopefully be recording it, and the new Ravenscroft Jazzbird Lounge. It's really a great room, and it'll be my first time there with Chris Stewart on alto, Ted Sistrunk on bass, and John Lewis on drums. So it's going to be a great one. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get back to some playing, and I wanted to just share this. I wanted to just share a little bit of my background, and even my students on. I just saw Charlie come in here. Charlie is a great student. He's the one, the last stream, he was the student that I did The Preacher for. You know, he turned me on to the Preacher. What a great tune. And but anyway, now we're going to continue with some more summer tunes, and this one goes out to Charlie, and he'll recognize this one. This is called Summer Samba. Here we go. Summer Samba. Great, great tune. And again, it's one of these opportunities you start associating it to the different seasons and things. And it's really kind of cool when you put it in a package like this with all these summer themed songs. Let's see if we get in here. We got again, thank you to everyone that popped in to check out the hang today. It's always fun for me to just connect from the house like this, and it's very casual. And I'm trying to do them pretty regularly. It's hard to believe this is number 42. So if you go back in to my live streams, you'll see they're all there and they're all indexed. So all the tunes are indexed, so you can go in. I try to do different tunes every single live stream. So there's like 42 of them, and I don't think I've repeated maybe a few tunes here and there, but for the most part, they're all different tunes. So it makes it really kind of exciting for me as an artist to kind of play and try to keep the tunes different and bring it forth for you. So hopefully the quality is coming through good for you guys. I mean, I put a lot of time into this. There's still always so many buttons to push, and you've seen even behind the scenes here, it's still pretty wild. But I put a lot of time and energy into the quality, the lighting, and the cameras now. So I have cameras, and eventually, I think I might have mentioned it in the last live stream, that I'll be doing some duos and trios from the house here. So I'm all set up and equipped to do that. So that's another whole learning curve, I should say, to start shooting with 5 4K cameras with a group in here. So it's going to be something. So I'll really enjoy presenting that to you when it's time. So this next tune is a special one for me, because I look back and like I was saying earlier, I always associate tunes. A lot of times I have certain tunes I play with the great Dick Johnson back, Greg Abate, some of these guys I play with back in Boston all the time. Greg, Polka Dots and Moonbeams, Dick Johnson, Sweet Lorraine, all these kind of old tunes. And this particular next one, I was playing at Kimball's by the Sea. It was a beautiful resort, right? And they used to have the South Shore Music Circus in the South Shore of Boston, where all these stars would come and sing. Tony Bennett, and the night that I'm referring to, Tony Bennett and Michelle Legrand were there, and it was just phenomenal to get a chance to meet these people. But I met everyone, Barbara Cook, and Engelbert. I got asked to go out with Engelbert and his band years ago. And I declined at the time because I had different visions for where my life was going to go at the time. I was teaching so much. But that particular night, I had Michelle Legrand was sitting right near the piano, and someone had requested, "What are you doing the rest of your life?" So I played the tune, and it was like, and of course, I was terrified as a 25-year-old kid playing in front of Michelle Legrand, who wrote this masterpiece, and this. And I couldn't get out of it, So of course, Michelle Legrand was so cordial and so nice. He put a $20 tip in my jar and invited me to his table, and we hung out. The next night, he wanted to sit near the piano, and the next night, I played this song for him, and it's called "The Summer Knows." And it was so every time I play the song, or "What are you doing the rest of your life?" I think of that night when I was a young kid playing, and it was having someone that wrote it right there. It was so cool, So anyway, here we go. We're going right to it. The Summer Nose. It's just, it's one of those kind of tunes you can get kind of lost in. And you really kind of take it to all different kinds of places. You can play it pianistically. You can play it, you know, I usually do it solo, and it's, but you know, it's also another great one. You can do it bossa nova. You can do it all different ways with different trios and things. So it's really a great thing. This next tune coming up is, let's see, what did I have here? Oh yeah, this is another great one. It's another old one, and it's something that you don't really hear this. At least I hadn't heard it much myself. It's called Summer Setting, and it's let's see, it was written by Don Elliott in 1955, and this is something that I really think you'll find it to be. It's such a cool tune, and it's nice to kind of add new material, and this is what makes it. You know, I talk about this in my book. I'm writing a book that I had it ready to go, and there's about over 250 tips in it. It's called "Music is Your Business." It's kind of my life story about all the situations, from getting gigs to, you know, to how to teach and obstacles you have teaching. And it's something that I've been writing. It's I was working with an editor just a ways back, and I decided to put everything on hold because it opened up my floodgate kind of, and I was actually writing more things now all the time for it. So it's this is a reason I'm mentioning this, because this is one of a topic that would be very interesting for advice from someone that's been playing a long time like myself, and for people that are coming in or not, or just musicians in general. Use these opportunities to put out new material and play. Okay, today I could have just played tunes that I could do in my sleep, and these are all, some of these things are just different stuff, you know. I mean, this is like, these are tunes that this one I never played, you know, so it really makes it kind of interesting. So it really, you put it out there and you learn these new tunes, and it gives you a purpose, and it presents a little bit of a challenge. So it really is, you know, keeps it real nice. So, and that brings up the next thing on my website, thepianoinstruction.com. Be sure to check it out, and if you haven't subscribed for the newsletter, I'm going to be eventually getting around to doing the newsletter. I'm trying to get through the summer here, and then I'll probably settle into that, where there'll be a monthly newsletter. And I'm also going to be doing blogs there too, which was going to be tips and stuff from my book, from different topics, variety of topics that musicians will really, I think, will find really interesting to touch in regularly and check them out. Okay, so this next tune called Summer Setting. Here we go. Summer Setting. Isn't that a wild tune? I mean, it's such a cool tune, man. Just one of those kind of things that you're, I found myself, diving deep into some of these new things. I mean, again, there's so many great tunes out there, and every new tune, it's funny, so many people say, what's your favorite tune, man? It's like, it's like, it happens to always be the one you're kind of checking out at the time. I really believe that, because you become so intimate with it, it becomes kind of a favorite for that moment of time. I see Joe Toscano is in. Thank you, Joe. Joe's a great guy. He's my Steinway contact over there, and it's really nice to, some of the acquaintances I've made. Joe was managing the keyboard concepts over in Fountain Valley, and presented a great opportunity for us to be performing there with the trio. So that was something that was a real highlight of my life, playing with Roger Shew on bass and Sinclair Lott. So that was a thrill. And that trio can be heard in a lot of my live streams, and on YouTube too. I have a lot on my YouTube channel with the trio, so be sure to check that out. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, be sure you do, because when I do things like this, or I post a lot of stuff from home, and some of the stuff is in 4K, so if you're watching it with the high def TVs, it's pretty wild, and it takes a lot of time, because I got individual files with the cameras and stuff. So I'll be doing a lot more of that stuff here too. Another tune here is we're going into this is let's see who let's see, I read my own writing here. Hans Mayer wrote this next tune, and a lot of people have made it famous. It's called Summer Wind. Here we go. Summer Wind. It's one of those kind of tunes you can just play and have so much fun with. And again, I'm looking forward to having the opportunity to do some duo stuff here too. I might even start it off with duos and then work our way into the trios. I'm still trying to decide how I'm going to pan out from going beyond the solo comfort of the solo scene. What I really need is an engineer to come here and just run everything, and I just do my thing. And it's like, but it feels to me like it almost feels like I've said it before, like a giant piano bar. So it's kind of a cool hang. And see, Albert, yeah, the trio live stream is how Albert discovered me as a teacher, you know, and that was a really great thing. And a lot of people come on because they hear me playing with the trio. And that trio you heard in the beginning was really, that's a trio. It's very special. I've also played with some great trios here too, Don Moyo on drums, John Lewis, the whole slew of guys. I mean, Dwight Killian on bass, Ted Sistrunk, I don't want to, Mario Mendeville, I mean, I don't want to forget anyone. There's just so many great players to play with. And so I've had the great fortune of being able to work with a lot of them. So it's, so yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of those things. I just did a really interesting one with the great Joe Garcia on a drum kit, and he did ornaments and stuff. We did like we did a jazz trio thing with me, Ted Sistrunk, and on bass, and Joe, and it was a great thing at the Silverleaf Country Club, and I think it was Easter and or Mother's Day. It was one of the recent holidays over there at the Silverleaf Country Club. Gorgeous setting. And then the following week we played for the Sagewood Film Society, and great things had happened from that. I had to play all film scores from different films, and in that process I had an opportunity to bring out my original composition that has been kind of sitting with me to maybe do a film with it. And sure enough, it's in the makings right now, and I got approached, and we're actually working on this with a script right now. So that's going to be an exciting endeavor, and I'll surely be sharing that with you all. So it's really cool. It's kind of like all things happen for a reason. Every situation you take. I look at this little gig that I have on my Tuesdays. I go there and play in suit and tie and play standards for an hour and meet with all these great people that are living over at Sagewood here. And it's a Tuesday, like late afternoon. And then from that, other great things have come. Here I'm going to be making a film with one of my compositions. It's like all because I was at that gig at the right place, and I was approached to play that film society thing. So that's what I tell all my students, and any players will really understand that. You might look at a gig and you say, well, you know, good things can happen from it, and that's what you find from this business. That's what it's all about. So in closing, we have one great tune that is an all-time cool tune, and it can never be played to death more. It's just the tune "Summertime," and I want to kind of close with that. And so here we go. Check it out. Summertime, and that's a good way to kind of end a summer, kind of a summer theme little presentation. I think we had, how many tunes? I think it was 8 tunes or something. And there's even more, but it's always something that when players are out there playing, man, you know, you really have to dig deep and try to take on little challenges like this and put things in little medleys. You know who was great at this? Was the great Dave McKenna, a real idol of mine, and I used to hear him in Boston at the Copley Plaza and Columns and down Cape Cod and the Copley in Boston. And I was a young kid, I was like 16 years old, listening to the great Dave McKenna. He'd play like the street themes and he'd do all this, and he was just flawless. The guy was just so good. And I've studied a lot of his playing. I really enjoy his style and his he has that whole left hand thing going on, and he has this just a master player. And but anyway, I want to thank you all for coming by and checking this out today and keeping me inspired, you know. And it's like, it really is, it's inspiring, you know. You can play, I'm playing a lot, but it's like it's nice to get a chance to get out and connect with all my people out here. And again, this will be sure to check out some of the other live streams. Some of the other ones are they're really good. And each one I try to put up some memorabilia. I have such a kind of a full life that it's kind of fun to share and reminisce because people can relate to it. You start seeing all this like today with all this this technology. It's come, and it's been over 30 years since I developed it, and where it's evolved, it's just pretty wild, man, you know. So but anyway, I want to thank you all again, and I want to wish you all safe and happy summer, and I'll catch you next time. Be sure to you know, stay tuned, and if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and my website, and you see me on Facebook too, you'll be able to get informed of when the next one is coming up. So I try to do them pretty regularly. So a lot of things coming, some exciting stuff, and again, like I mentioned, I'll be doing blogs on my website. So if you sign up for the website there, not only you get the newsletter, but you'll be able to take advantage of. I'll be starting writing blogs for that. So that's going to be really a cool thing where I can share my wild perspective on everything in music. So I'm aging myself a little bit because a lot of this comes down to like experience, you know, and I guess I could say I have some experience in it now. So it's been a very wonderful career for me, and I'm continuing, I think, the best years yet to come. Okay, so anyway, until next time, God bless you all. Take care. Good night.